Today we are going to learn to weave with straws. You will need yarn, 3 straws, tape, and scissors. You can use this technique to make bracelets or even keychains. Multicolored yarn looks the prettiest for bracelets, but you can also just use one of one color. Try to avoid using the type of straws that bend. Mine bend and I was able to make it work because I am only making a small keychain, but it would be much easier with straws that don't bend. You can definitely use any type of yarn as long as it fits through your straws. Start by taking your 3 straws and tape the end of them together side by side, just like this. Cut 3 pieces of yarn about 3 times the length of your straws. Just make sure they're the same length and thread 1 piece of yarn through each of the straws. If you're having trouble threading the yarn through the straws, use a wooden skewer or knitting needle to push the yarn through each straw. Now tie the ends of the 3 pieces of yarn on the tape side into a knot. Leave a little extra yarn after your knot, about 2 to 3 inches if you want to tie them into a bracelet at the end. Tape the straws to the table using tape like this. We do not want it to move. Using another piece of yarn, preferably from a yarn ball, or you can just use a really big piece of yarn, tie a knot around the top straw and we're going to start weaving. Take your yarn under the middle straw, then over the bottom straw. Now go under the bottom straw, over the middle straw, then under the top straw. So repeat, go over the top straw, under the middle straw, then over the bottom straw. Then keep following under, around the bottom straw, over the middle straw, under the top straw, over and around the top straw, under the middle straw, over the bottom straw, and repeat. Every 3 to 4 lines, push your yarn toward the tape and pull the yarn to make sure all the loops are snug. Keep following over, under weaving pattern. Do this until you're happy with the length. Cut the yarn, then tie it in a single knot around whichever straw you finished weaving on. Don't double knot it yet though. We just want it to stay in place while we pull off the straws. Remove the tape holding the straws to the table, and remove the tape holding the straws together. You can use scissors, but just make sure not to cut any of the yarn. Carefully slide the woven loops off the straw, push them off toward the end of the 3 pieces of yarn that were knotted together before you started weaving. For a bracelet, find the end of the yarn where you finished weaving and tie it in another knot around the yarn it was woven around. This time you can tighten the double knot to keep it in place. You should have 4 pieces of yarn at the end where you finished. Tie them into a knot as close to the woven bracelet as you can. Tie the ends together. If you're making a keychain like me, I just tied a double knot right away and trimmed any excess off from both sides. But I left 2 at the top to tie together, cut off any excess again, and make my keychain's loop. If your weaving got a little messy while you were sliding it off the straws, lay it flat on the table and reshape any areas that might need it. I hope you guys enjoyed and I hope you guys try this out yourselves. Bye, members!